Hello, good morning, good afternoon, and good evening. Welcome to Meditations with Bo. Today we'll be doing a 15-minute long meditation with a few minutes to prep. Now be sure to leave out a pen of paper, a pen and a piece of paper next to you or in front of you so that you can take notes throughout this journey. If you've never done it before or you don't have a pen and paper, you can use the notes on your phone, just the same. All right, so if you guys have never belly breathed, I'll go over this belly breath and how it helps us and how we can use it with meditation. So the way you do a belly breath is on an inhale, your belly goes out, and on an exhale, your belly comes in. Easier to see from the side profile. So I'll do it here. In, out. And it might be a little difficult for you to do if it's your first time, and that's okay. That's why we're here, and that's why you're practicing. So when you belly breathe, it's actually a more efficient way to breathe. So you can be able to move through anxiety, you'd be able to move through stress, and oxygenate your blood more efficiently. And also on your contraction, you're able to tone your abs. So you're basically working your abs day and night. So beautiful. Let's go ahead and get into position. So if your legs are not crossed already, go ahead and cross them. And either put your hands on your knees or in front of your knees, whatever feels more comfortable for you. Go ahead and sway from back and forth, up and down, and find a position where you're comfortable. Beautiful. And let's do a couple belly breaths together. You can keep your eyes open on these. We're going to go throughout our mouth. And when we're going in and out through our mouth, go ahead and make an O like this. So it creates a little bit of resistance, making it easier to prolong our inhales and exhales. So let's do 4 of those together. So on the inhale, your belly rises. Exhale, belly falls. Inhale, belly rises. Exhale, belly falls. Inhale, belly rises. Exhale, belly falls. One more. Inhale, belly rises. Exhale, belly falls. Beautiful. Now you should feel more relaxed, more calm, more grounded. And throughout the rest of our meditation, let's go ahead and focus on breathing in and out throughout our nose. If your nose is for some reason clogged, feel free to move the breath throughout your mouth. And we're going to want to be able to create that same amount of resistance on the inhale and the exhale. So the way you do that is put your tongue on the roof of your mouth, almost enacting like you're doing a Darth Vader breathe, like, except through your nose. So I'm overemphasizing it, but you get the point. Alrighty, so let's go ahead and close down our eyes. Breathing into our belly. Making our inhales and exhales nice and slow and smooth. Making sure our belly is rising on the inhale and falling on the exhale. Take this time to notice the sounds around you. The birds, the locusts, the cars, the planes, whatever it might be around you. Simply identify them, each sound, identify them, and once you have, move on to the next one. Beautiful. Now once you've done that, go ahead and focus on the outer part of your skin, the surface level of your skin, including your hair follicles. Really feel if your hair follicles are blowing in the wind, or if you don't have much hair, just feel the sensation on the outer parts of your skin, of the wind from the fan, the AC, from the wind outside. Really feel your outer part of your skin. Notice which direction it's moving. Beautiful. Now let's focus in on our body. If you feel any aches or pains, soreness, scan your entire body and feel it. Maybe if it's in your tightness in your glutes or your hamstrings or your lower back. Recognize it. Make any adjustments you might need. Identify it for what it is. Don't identify it as good or bad. Just simply move on to the next one. Making sure you're maintaining beautiful belly breaths with a smooth transition between the inhale and the exhale. Beautiful. Now I invite you to take this time to think about 3 things that you are fearful of. 3 things that scare you the most. Whether it be solo traveling, public speaking, confrontation, death, whatever it might be for you. Think of 3 fears. And I know this might be uncomfortable, but stick with it. Beautiful. Now think of a few reasons for each of why you should not be afraid of those things. What experiences in your life have led you to feeling fearful of these things? And what are some things, some reasons why this might not necessarily be true? And this might be difficult, so really hone in on if this is true or not, or if it's simply a result of your experiences. Is this fear true for everybody? If not, why? Really ask yourself these questions for each fear. Dive deep on each one and come up with the best answers you have right now. Don't overthink this, just the first answer that comes up. It's almost like you're defending the opposite. Right? So if you have a certain fear, like a fear that AI is going to take over the world, whatever it might be, think of if somebody was arguing the opposite point of how that's not true. Be that person. Once you've thought of the first one, move on to the next one. Next, once you've thought of the second one, move on to the third one. Take your time. Beautiful job. Now once you've done this, try to remember those fears. Try to remember those talking points opposing those fears. And think about those fears again after you've already defended the thoughts against them. Do you feel the same, different, lighter, heavier on them? Just think about it for a second. Beautiful. Now come back into your body. Look at your toes. Look at your fingers. And slowly, when you're ready, open up your eyes. Look around as if it's the first time you're seeing everything as if it's a new world. Beautiful job today. If you have your journal or your phone, go ahead and write down those 3 fears you might have thought of. Write down the reasons why you might have been fearful of these things from experience. And then write down your defense against these fears. It could be 1, 2, or 3 points of defense against these fears. Because sometimes we just hold on to the fears and we believe it's true. But is this fear true for everybody? And if not, it is most likely a fear that originates from our experience. So you should be able to talk yourself out of a fear. And after this exercise, feel a little less fearful on these fears. I know that's a lot of fears, but you get the point. So I invite you to open up your journal or the notes in your phone and write those things down so that you can move forward and move past these fears. Thank you so much for being here. I appreciate you guys. Have a beautiful day. Let's have a fearless life together. Namaste.